We got a good one for you guys today, one that I'm extremely excited about. I've been trying to get this pistol forever now. I think it's been out for a little over a year and kind of sold out everywhere. You can kind of find them on a couple websites like Gun Broker. They're going for almost double the retail value. These Canik SFX Rival steels. I didn't want to pay quite that much, so I was kind of just waiting. And I actually was probably going to pay that much, but my wife, Tiny Tactic, was the one that had me tell me to be patient. And I did go one from a buddy of mine who works at our local range where I go shoot, and he was hoarding one of these. He has two, and so I finally broke him down, and he sold me one right around, I want to say right at retail, which was awesome. But I'm excited. Let's get right into it. So this is a really big box. So you guys can see a big carrying case. They did say it's weatherproof. So really super nice, big old case. So let's go and flip this around, open this bad boy up and get this out of the way. Well, not necessarily out of the way, but open at the very least, right? There we go. So when you first open it, I've seen this two ways. And then of course I've actually already shot this yesterday. So I just kind of put everything back the way it was so we can do the review. I wanted to get those first shots to see how it was going. So I've seen this set up a couple ways. I've seen something like this because it has a name here, so I would assume it was like this. And then on the back side of the front phone panel, it gives you your manual, your part contents for all your little tools that are inside your disassembly assembly. There's a little guide in here somewhere that has all the little tools that are inside the little gun. Yeah, here it is. It tells you what all the screws are for and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and take a look. So right away, of course, you see the pistol. See, it comes with the optional Magwell already. So some of you guys like the Magwells. I will be adding this myself, so look out for that video if you guys have one. Super easy install. You just slide it on the bottom and a little set screw goes inside there. Nice aluminum, so you don't have to buy an aftermarket one unless you want a much bigger one. This is not super huge. This little cool little gun actually is for you to put your little bits in here to use as a screwdriver. And then all your little extra parts. You can hear them, they're all inside here. You just slide your little base pad forward. It's got some spare optics. We'll look at that a little bit later. A little spare fiber optic and a bunch of screws and stuff. Two 18-round mags. Looks like right now it does have the plastic, or I don't know if this is polymer, but plastic base pads. It looks like almost like finger extensions, but with this full-size gun, I mean, your grip is going to be way up top, so it doesn't even matter. But it does come with two 18-round mags, and then it does come also with two aluminum base pads. So I will be changing these out as well. It comes with 3 back straps. One is already on the gun. And then here's another 2 sizes on the inside. So this is the large palm swell. See if you guys can see that. It's right there. And let me see what it looks like on the camera. Yeah, so there's the large, and then there's the medium. Let's get these side by side, and you can see there is a difference there. So this is from the large to the medium, and then the one that's on the pistol is the small, so it should be even smaller probably out to here. Maybe during my change later, I'll show the comparison of the 3. But I do like that it comes with the 3 sizes. Okay. And then we have the pistol itself, obviously. And we'll get more into specs now here. I'm just show you everything that's in the box first. Guys, this is just not so nice. And here's the small. So for me, I have a larger hand, so just getting there, I do have a little bit of space here, so I kind of have to press it in. So I'm going to be switching to the large. Mag release. I believe, I haven't checked, it's the other 2, it comes with 3 sizes. So the other 2 mag release buttons are inside here. I haven't checked the sizes of these, but this is fully extended, I believe. This may be the large. I may be switching that, and I'll talk about that later. But here's the pistol, and we'll get back to it, of course. Let me keep on going what's in the box. So you have these cutouts here, and everything is laser cutout. So if you have the optic here, you can take this out. Looks like maybe a spare optic here, or if you bought one with the mechanic, looks like maybe a little small compensator or the threaded barrel. You would pull this out here. It's all laser cut. But go ahead and get your hands in here, pull this top layer off, and reveal the bottom layer. And here it comes with they say competition style ready holster, belt fed, so it's outside the waistband. Pretty nice. I like that it comes with it. I'm sure it's not all fancy schmancy for like full-blown competition guys, but just for us new guys, works perfect. There is a screw here for retention. So like right now, it's a little tight, so I may loosen it up. But of course, when it's on the belt, oh yeah, it's a little tight. So I just got to loosen that tension up a little bit. But it's cool to have a holster right out of the box, so you can go ahead and if you're doing some dynamic shooting, needed a holster right away, you don't have to go and buy one. It already has one there. Speed loader, of course, comes with some cleaning tools, so you can hold your patches here. That's pretty cool. You don't have to buy another set. Nice brush for the barrel there, the bore. Looks like this is I haven't even pulled this out yet. Like I said, I just grabbed it from me making this video just a day or two ago, and I shot yesterday. So it looks like a punch for all their punches there. Optic plates. I do like that they come with the optic plates, a bunch of different ones there. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different optic plates. It does give you in the manual, it kind of gives you a description what each number was and the patterns that you'll get to know. This one does have a backup sight on it. I'm not sure yet which one this is for, but I do believe this is the only one that has the backup sight. Everything else is just adapter plates for your style of optic. And then, of course, if you guys are familiar with the Rival-S, this little threaded area is for the charging handle. So the charging handle doesn't go on the optic, doesn't go on the pistol itself. It goes on the plate. So as soon as you add that optic, I guess it recognizes that it doesn't want you to grab the back of the slide to rack it where your optic is. If you guys are familiar with like hollow sun, it's usually the only ones I have right now. I accidentally will press some of the buttons. So a little charging handle would be cool just to pull back, but I'm not sure if I'll add it. I'll just kind of rack the gun from the front, as I found is a little easier for me because it is a heavy gun. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Looks like what is this, like a trigger guard, a little fancy little safety thing. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And then your speed loader. So it's kind of cool. It comes with 2 layers of things. There's nothing underneath it. So let's go ahead. I'll maybe pull out some of these different optic plates here, just so we can kind of check them out as far as an example. Let's go ahead and put this guy back in here for now. And let's get some of this stuff out of the way and see what we're going to use. All right, let's get this guy out of the way. All right, so let's go ahead and show clear. Get the chamber flag out. So obviously the chamber flag, you guys can see it's clear. No mag, empty mag in there. Pull trigger, we're safe. So again, I did put everything back here as it was. So I did shoot this yesterday. I put the first 150 rounds through it, maybe closer to 200 because I had some extra ammo in my bag. Ran flawlessly, no malfunctions whatsoever. I've read some of the issues about the mag over insertion. I didn't have any issues with it. As far as I can tell, that over mag insertion is a kind of like a self-brought on, like a user error, sort of. I've never had to shoot a pistol where for some reason I have pressure in the mag, pushing it up even further, which blocks the slide. Don't want to get into that. There's plenty of videos on that, but shooting normally, I didn't have any issues with this. And I'm getting a good tap. Everything is fine with it. Lock back, drop the slide, see no issues, and you saw me just slap it. So this is what I was talking about real quick. These plastic or polymer base pads, I'm sure they're just plastic. It looks like a finger extension. I have a large hand. It fits just fine, so this doesn't even become an issue. So I'm gonna go and take that out. So let's go ahead and talk about the gun here, and we'll go into some of this other stuff. So again, this is the SFX Rival Steel. The S is for steel, obviously. And I do believe the slide is exactly the same as the SFX Rival. That's a steel top with the polymer bottom. So adding this steel frame just helps with the recoil, a lot more weight to the pistol. So real quick, let's talking about the weight. Let's get into the dimensions, and I'm sure I'll have them up right here on the side for you guys. So the weight, we're talking about that first, is 42.7 ounces empty, so almost 43 ounces with no mag in it. So it's got some heftiness to it. I think it's what, 16 ounces in a pound. I can't remember the ounce to pound. I'll probably do that calculation and throw it on there. But if it is 16 ounces per pound, that's almost 3 pounds. It's heavy, but it's not that heavy. Like, I mean, you can hold it. It's not that bad. Now, for you smaller folks, smaller frame, smaller people, I can totally understand that. that it is a little heavier, and you may want to go with the SFX Rival with the polymer bottom. I think those are only like half the weight, only like 20 something ounces versus the 42. But so again, let's go ahead and start talking about the dimensions. They're probably still up. 42.7 ounces. The barrel's the 5-inch barrel, and it's nice and fluted here on the sides to help with some of that weight reduction. Overall length from back to front is 8.1 inches. The height of the gun, the butt of the frame to the top, it says it's 5.7. So 5.7, overall length 8.1, 5-inch barrel, almost 43 ounces. The inserts, these grip inserts here, these are polymer. These are not steel. Obviously, you can tell it's got the texturing, real nice texturing. And then the sights, it's got a fiber optic front sight, and then the back is rear adjustable. So that's nice. You can go up and down, and I do believe, yep, for windage, right or left here. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So the slide, really, really nice. These deep grooves, cuts. Has a nice little window cut up here. Also probably help with the weight of that gun. A lot of the weight does feel like it's in the center, so that cut there probably help. But these grooves, they're not so much rounded off. They do have some sort of, I don't want to say jagged, but pointy edges, I guess, kind of. That if you have sensitive skin or fingers, it is a little heavy to rack for me. Not that I have trouble with it, but it's not like I can't just like nothing without thinking about it. I have to think about grabbing it and pulling it back. Same thing on this one. This one's a little easier down here, but once you put that optic up here, if you're going with the optic, it's going to kind of change that. I have some people kind of grab from the front of the optic, kind of here where you have these grooves kind of in the front here, and pull back. I found what's easier for me is these grooves up here in the front by this little barrel hood, this little front cut of the slide. It kind of has these divots. Let me see if I can see that on there. Yeah, see, kind of right there. That's kind of where I would just grab it and rack it from. But if you're used to, you know, racking guns and you work with your hands, this may not be a problem. I'm sorry, I have soft hands. I've been working on computers for the last 20-something years of my life. So I'm not one of those guys that's going to go out there and change a motor or transmission or build you a house from scratch. I wish I was, but unfortunately, no, that's not me. So I do have sensitive hands. Womp womp. But yeah, I can still rack from here. It's just not as easy. And again, it's a little tight of a spring, so it could be the break-in period. Maybe I'll leave it on slide lock and it'll loosen up some, but not a problem. It is heavy, but for me, again, easier to just rack from the front. But I can rack from the back if you need to. But I love those cuts there, just beautiful. And you can see how they're deep cuts. You can see those edges just pop out there. They're just rigid. They're nice. Beautiful gun, real beautiful gun. And of course, so there's your optic plate there. So you will be changing this top piece. So you do lose this adjustable rear sight when you're switching for different optics. But again, one of the plates does have backup sights. I'm just not sure which one it is. That you can kind of keep that backup sight. I'm not sure which one this is for, the R04C. I'm not sure which one that is. It's the only one that has a backup sight. But really, really nice slide. Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Really nice. So let's talk about your slide stop or slide release. So it's the long one here, and it is ambidextrous, so it is on both sides. So we can drop it from this side and obviously from this side. And this is part of your takedown. And then I like this little, it's almost like a thumb rest, little index points. They have them on both sides. So if you practice good trigger safety, that's a good point for you to put your finger in, and then for your thumb, your support hand, kind of does give it a good spot there to kind of feel or index where you're at. Not necessarily a full-blown ledge to rest on, but definitely where you can feel it and use it more like an index point. And it does have some little texturing in there, little pyramid checkering in there to kind of help with that grip. All right, and it does come with the Picatinny rail here. You do have a couple slots, so there are 4 slots there, and this is a steel frame. Really, really nice pistol. You have your flat trigger now that we're going down. Nice flat trigger, which we'll look at that here. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Let me get that better lighting. There we go. That's the wall. That's it. It's got a true 90-degree angle, and it already starts off I don't even know about angles, but almost at 90. That's it. That little bit of pre-travel, and it is a crisp brake. Boom. That's it. Let's take a look at that again. That safety blade in there. Here's our uptake here. There's the wall. Let's look at that again. That little bit, hard wall, and brake. And let's look at the reset. Beautiful reset. Here we go. That's it. And brake. Here we go for the reset. Click. That far. I've reviewed several pistols. I've seen even more at the shows and at the gun range. I've rented 2030. I have not seen one like this that came out right out of the box. This to me feels like a 2-stage AR trigger. I have one on my Red Ryder. It's a LaRue Tactical 2-stage straight trigger, and it feels just like this. You have that real short uptake to the hard wall, and it's just like a glass break. Just bam. Beautiful trigger. I do think they sell some upgraded triggers. I'm probably gonna leave that like that. I found that to be, if you're just kind of getting to it first time, it's like a hair trigger, so you got to be careful. That sucker will go off if you're not careful. Mag release. I do believe this is the large extended on here. I mean, perfect. I don't even have to change my grip. It's right there. Do have this groove here, so when you get your support hand up here, it is somewhat out of the way. You can see it. But now when you're shooting and you kind of torque in, that's where I can start to feel it. And you'll see that later as I did shoot this. Not that it bothered me physically. It did leave it a little red. But since I wasn't used to it, it was the first 200 rounds. It was kind of messing with my mind as far as me shooting. Like I thought I was hitting something or something was coming off. So that kind of did mess with my mental a little bit. So I probably will be switching to the smaller one as long as I can still get to it, which I don't see why it would be a problem. This is so extended. Even the shorter one, I can just probably get to it real easily. The grip texturing here kind of feels to me better than the SIG, but almost just as textured like the Tauruses. The new Tauruses kind of come in with a lot of texture in there. Feels real nice. It's a little smooth back here a little bit, but you do have some nice texturing, pyramid texturing on the front side of the frame, or the handle, and then up here the trigger guard for those crazy folks. I've seen some people kind of use the hand up here. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll practice that one day. But so the texturing there is pretty solid. Again, these are polymer inserts. Just take out the 2 screws on each side. This just pops off and then put a different size, which I'll have a video on that later. And it has a somewhat of a very tiny mag flare here, a factory one. And let's go ahead and take a look at the mag now that we're talking about the mags. 18 round aluminum mags. Go right in. Super easy to access. I don't even have to come off my grip. So it is very nice. But I will be switching this to the aluminum base pads. And then here is the Magwell it comes with. So it looks like you just slide this on here. Just like that. And then your screw goes in the bottom. You're done. So there's the look with the Magwell. So even better, because this kind of gives you your pinky rest here and forces your hand a little higher. If you have a wide grip, it'll keep you there in line there to get up higher, which again, I do like this little beaver tail. You can get up in there and get some good meat up there. So I can just assume with the larger one, this is the small again, it'll even backfill a little bit more and just feel so much better in my hand. But there's that Magwell, easy. You're just gonna slide that on, put your screw. That's what it looks like. It says Canik, it is aluminum. So it gives you a better look, but also for faster reloads, if you're kind of not dead on and you hit it, it'll funnel you right in. That's the point of the Magwell. Let me get that off. So it just slides back out. So that's pretty cool. So there is the pistol. Again, it does come with the 2 18-round mags, 2 aluminum base pads, the 2 plastic base pads. It comes with your outside the waistband holster, 5 optic plates. Here's 2 of them. And again, those optic plates do have this little empty screw here for that charging handle. So it's just a little small handle, which we'll see here in a second. The 3 back straps, 3 different size mag releases, the toolkit, and the cleaning kits. All right, so let's take a look at your little extra parts here. Let's see everything that's in here. And kind of give it a good tap. You can hear there's still some stuff in there, and wow, look at all that came out. Some washers there, some screws. So it looks like there's some washers there. Here's our different mag releases. Let's take a look at that first. So you got different size mag releases. So here's the medium, and here's the large. So I don't know which one is on here at the moment. I don't see a size. Oh, there it is at the top. So this is actually the small that's in there. Huh. So that's interesting. So I would like it a little smaller than that. So maybe I'll look at that. Maybe it changes it somewhat, but it does have the small already. So maybe the medium or large will just feel a little bit better naturally. We'll see. Let's get back to what's in the little toolkit. So you have so a couple little bits here for your screws. You have the, what is this? The T10, a T8. And again, you just drop these in front of your little toolkit. And then there's your little screwdriver there. It's pretty cool. A couple different screws for your optic plate. One's for the Magwell, the mag release, a couple extra there. Again, the little baggie has your extra fiber optic there. I'm colorblind. I can't tell if those are red, orange, or whatever. But there's a couple extra there. I don't know if you can see that. And then here's the little charging handle that I was saying. So this just kind of goes in there. I probably would add some blue Loctite to this thing, because I'm assuming with the vibration and the recoil, this may come unscrewed. So essentially, when you have this on the gun, you can just charge that back this way with this instead of grabbing it. And I'm assuming because if you're used to grabbing it with the optic in the front, it kind of, you know, gets in the way. So they're like, hey, add a little charging handle because it's a heavier slide. But that's kind of cool. I may try it with it, without it. I'm not sure if I'll keep it on there. It's kind of cool little charging handle. And then of course all your extra screws. So it does come with a lot. So right now we'll go. Oh, one other thing I thought was kind of cool. So from the back, it has like a chambered indicator. So once you slide it, you can see back here that red dot there is letting you know that there's one in there. One in the chamber. So that's pretty cool. Nice little indicator there. There's no cut up here for it. Really, really nice. So when you see when it's not loaded, I'm about to pull the trigger here. It's gone. So that's how you can tell there's kind of one in there for you. But really, really nice pistol. I probably will put a optic on there. I'm not a big fan of the blacked out optics. That's just my vision. I have a hard time. I prefer either the field goal post Glock style or the 3 dots, just to be able to see that better. But the blacked out, depending what's in the background for me, if it's darker area, also darker color background, then it starts to kind of interfere, and I'm just trying to pick up that one single dot there. But that's just my eyes, and I'm also colorblind, so it doesn't really help. But final thoughts, if you can find your way to one of these pistols, get it. I give it 2 thumbs up. Shoots like a dream out of the box. So keep a lookout for some more Rival-S videos. I'll probably do the Magwell install in a separate video to keep this short as possible. It's probably already closer to 30 minutes. I may have to edit some. I'll do a video on changing the inserts. And then once I figure out which plates are which, when I get an optic up here, I'll probably have a video on that, and then a video on the mag release change if I change it. But let me know, drop some feedback or comments. Let me know what you guys think. Any questions, comments, good, bad, negative. You know, I just appreciate you guys checking it out. Constructive criticism, I don't mind it. Send it my way. Appreciate you guys.